Good evening, students. As some of the students or most of the students might have aware that ICA has come out with a new study material with slight changes for the strategic financial management applicable for the upcoming attempt. That is to say, upcoming full-fledged attempt, that is May 2021. Upcoming attempt in the sense I'm not talking about Jan or Feb 2021. I'm talking about May 2021 attempt onwards. Okay, so ICA has made slight changes in the study material for this May 2021. There is no need to panic. There is no drastical changes, and no need to rush after for the additional classes or crash caches, nothing like that. Only slight changes are there in this. Okay, just I have made a list out of this. You no need to panic for the changes. Only slight changes. Just it is for our duty to intimate the changes we are coming out with. It's not something unusual has happened or something to scare you. Okay. Right, there is only slight changes in the matter, but don't panic. Some of the students are panicking. What is changed? What is changed? Nothing is changed. Only slight changes. Okay, just go through this. This I have made out list out. So this chapters: security analysis, security evaluation, portfolio management. These are the chapters where they have added the additional content. Well, if you look at this chapter, security analysis, bar chart. The concept is already there. Bar chart theory is already there, and they have given now. They have inserted one newly illustration. They have inserted one illustration. That's it. Theory is already there, and they have inserted one illustration. And Japanese candlestick is the theory and illustration. Both are newly inserted. Bar chart theory is already covered. The illustration is newly inserted, and this Japanese candlestick, both the theory and the illustration, both are newly inserted. And according to my guess, apart from these two, there is some other concept called as point and figures chart. Point and figures chart. I strongly advise you to read that point and figures chart also. It is already there. It is not newly inserted. Therefore, there is a chances of testing that also. There is a chance of testing point and figures chart, bar chart, Japanese candlestick chart, and points and figures chart. All the three topics, both the theory and the illustration. And be careful for the illustration. It is much easier to attempt the theory question, and it is much difficult to attempt the practical question in an illustration format. So therefore, I strongly advise the students to go through these three topics: bar chart, Japanese candlestick, and point and figures chart. Technical analysis. They will come under the technical analysis mark. In the securities analysis, the analysis of securities is broadly categorized into two types. You might have already aware of that. That is fundamental analysis and technical analysis. And these whatever we are discussing about, they will come under the technical analysis category. Okay, right. So three topics: bar chart, Japanese candlestick, and point and figures chart. Read all the three and all the illustrations. So don't focus only on this newly illustrated Japanese candlestick. There is no guarantee that they will test only this topic. Now you have to get the clue that they are focusing on this aspect, not particular that topic. So therefore, my advice is that not only this Japanese candlestick, read all the three: bar chart, Japanese candlestick, and point and figure chart. Read both and illustrations. Read both the theory and illustrations. Okay, ma? Right. And when it comes to this fourth chapter, they have introduced some heading called as money market operations. In the old syllabus, it used to be separate chapter 10. In the old syllabus, it is chapter 10, money market operations. Out of that, some topics has been introduced in the securities valuation chapter. Okay, so the theory is newly introduced, and problems also not newly introduced. They have picked from the practice manual only. 4 problems they have picked from the practice manual and inserted in the study material. Okay, so according to my suggestion, read this theory and don't stick on to these 4 problems. There are some additional problems which are given in the practice manual but are not copied in the ICA study material. Read that also. Don't stick on to only four problems inserted in the ICA study material. Read all the problems as given in the practice manual. Okay, right? Money market operations. And next, this within the portfolio management, they have inserted some topic called as distressed securities. Only theory is given, no new illustrations has been added. Distressed securities. So therefore, I strongly advise you to read this theory also. Distressed securities. No illustration has been given. And the 4th chapter and the 9th chapter, corporate valuation, there are no much changes. Same topics they have covered. The only thing is that asset-based valuation, they have elaborated into 3 parts. That's it. Asset-based valuation, they have elaborated into 3 parts. Net assets value is based on historical method. This is historical method. Net assets value and net realizable value is based on current market price. Replaceable value, as you might have heard, replacement cost. How much it will cost to build the asset again. Be clear, we are valuing corporate valuation. Security valuation is an arrow. Corporate valuation is valuation of the company as a whole. That means we are valuing the assets of the company, not the securities of the company. It comes as the asset side of the balance sheet and it comes as the liability side of the balance sheet. For a corporate, securities valuation is talking about the liabilities, valuation of equity, valuation of debentures, etc. And here we are talking about the asset side. We are talking about the asset side. Therefore, this is nothing but replacement cost. What is the, how much cost it will incur, how much cost will be incurred if I want to construct the building today, how much cost will be incurred if I want to purchase the new machinery. So this says what is the value of the machinery as recorded in the books. What is the value of the machinery as recorded in the books. I'll just one give one illustration more to understand this point. So this net assets value method, this indicates what is the value of the, what is the worth of the machinery as recorded in the books. What is worth of the value of the machinery as recorded in the books. Okay. So value of the machinery, value of the asset as recorded in the books. Value of the asset as recorded in the books. Value of the asset as recorded in the books. That is nothing but our traditional historical cost basis. Our traditional historical cost basis, value of the asset as recorded in the books. And next, net realizable value. Net realizable value. It is nothing but current market price to sell. Current market price to sell. Current market price to sell. So if you want to sell the asset, if you want to sell the asset, if you want to sell this machinery or building, how much you can fetch? If you want to sell the asset, machinery or building, how much you can fetch? And replaceable value, current cost to build asset, to build the asset. Current cost to build the asset, current cost to build the asset. So what is the value as recorded in the books? What is the value I can fetch if I sell the asset? What is the value, what is the cost I would be incurred if I want to reconstruct the asset? What is the cost I would be incurred if I want to reconstruct the asset? Say land, building, oh sorry, not land, building or machinery. Okay. What is the cost I would be incurred if I want to reconstruct the asset? These are all already there in the accounts, but there is nothing unusual here to panic. These are all we might have seen in the accounts or some other topics also. Net asset value, historical basis, net realizable value, sale price, replaceable value, replacement cost. So the only thing is they have segregated that into 3 parts. Asset based valuation. You don't need to panic for that. And when it comes to the problem, Institute study material in the introduction, they have given that they have added more problems, but none of the problem, according to my observation, almost all the problems are picked from the practice manual only. Therefore, you no need to panic that some new problems have been inserted in the study material. Well, how should I prepare? How should I prepare? No, all the problems has already taken from the practice manual only. Maybe according to me, since some students are raising the issue, sir, we are studying new syllabus. Is it appropriate for us to go through the practice manual? That is the question from some of the students. Sir, we are writing the new syllabus exam, but most of the problems we are studying from the practice manual, will they be tested in the exam? Obviously, the answer is yes. Yes, so obviously, unofficially, till now it is unofficial. What is unofficial? Old syllabus practice manual is applicable to new syllabus is unofficial. Now they have made it official, that's it, formalized. Till now, whatever we are solving the old practice manual, now also they have copied the same thing from the study material. Maybe while copying, they might have they might have done some filtration as to which is important. So comparatively, whatever is introduced in the study material, copied from the practice manual, may be slightly more important rather than the other topics. But doesn't mean that the other questions in the practice manual has to be left. No, you have to read all the questions in the practice manual, whether or not they have inserted in the study material. Whether or not they have inserted in the study material, you have to copy all the problems from the practice manual. Okay, ma? Right. So these are the topics newly added. But my input, one of the insight what I got is that the chapter is there. There is one chapter called as Indian Financial System. It was there in the new syllabus from the beginning. In the beginning, it was there in the new syllabus. In the 2019 study material, they have removed it. But I thought that this time they will insert at least. So while since anyway they are modifying the study material, I expected that the same institute will introduce the second chapter called as Indian Financial System. But unfortunately, I don't know. They may be having some genuine reason why they have not inserted. But according to me, my strong advice to the students is to read the second chapter, which has been removed, Indian Financial System, right? So which is very much important at the present scenario. As you might all aware, the government is coming out with a new reforms in the banking sector, allowing the corporates to enter the banking sector. In this scenario, and we are seeing the banks have been given less importance. The importance of the banks in the economy has been reducing, and all the mediators like this, payment wallets, etc., and all this has been increasing. So therefore, the Indian financial system has to be going to change drastically. It has already changed drastically, but we can expect more drastical changes. In this scenario, for being a commerce student, it is expected from you to be thorough of the Indian financial system. The second chapter, it has been there in the CA final new syllabus or initially, but later on in the 2019 edition they have removed. I expected that they will be reintroduced in 2020 edition because of the current government reforms, but unfortunately they have not introduced it. So therefore, our duty is to read what is relevant for our career, irrespective of whether it is there in the syllabus or not. Our job is to satisfy a business entrepreneur, not to satisfy the IC. Our job does not restrict to satisfy the IC. No doubt, our immediate goal is to pass the exam, but our task does not end there itself. Therefore, irrespective of whether it is covered in the syllabus or not, I strongly advise you to read the second chapter of the removed content, that is Indian financial system. Okay, ma? Right. So this is the new topics. You don't need to panic. All the topics are already given. Maybe some students, new students, which are newly students, they might not be familiar with these problems, money, market operations, etc. But all the problems are there in the study material. Sorry, practice manual. Read the theory in the study material and solve the problems in the practice manual. You don't need to be panic. Have faith in yourself and have faith in your ability. You know English and you have a reasonable grasping ability, I believe. So therefore, read it. If not once, read thrice. Read thrice. Don't rush into somebody's foot. That's our please explain, please explain. Why can't you build on your own strength? In corporate life, nobody will be there besides you to teach in each and everything. Therefore, take it up as a challenge. Take it up as a challenge. The theory is given. The problems has been given. Read thrice. If you are not able to understand it the first time, read thrice and spend reasonable time on the internet. If you are not able to understand any topic, reasonable time, not too much time. In spite of your best efforts, if you are not able to understand the problem, come to us. We'll solve it. But we don't want to spoon feed our students. I want my students to be self-dependent, right? So let them struggle. Let them struggle. Life is not without struggle. Let them struggle. Let them pain. No pain, no gain. So if I explain everything like spoon feeding, no pain for you, obviously no gain for you. No gain for you. Struggle yourself. Come out with a strong mindset and strong intellectual skills. Therefore, read the theory, solve the practice problems 3 times. Maybe you not be able to understand the problem at the first instance. Read it again and again for 3 times and spend some reasonable time on the internet for some topics which you may not be able to understand. Not too much time, reasonable time, maybe hardly half an hour or 45 minutes. In spite of your best efforts, if you are not able to understand this problem, you are always free to text us. We'll solve the problems. This is our phone number. You are free to text our problems. It was there in our material also. We'll guide you, but we don't want to spoon feed you. Okay, so it was there in our material and please text us, or you can make a text message or as a comment to this video in the YouTube if you are not able to understand any problem. Once we receive the feedback from the many students, if you feel that a particular topic is difficult to all the students and many of the students are not able to understand a particular topic, or they are wrongly interpreting a particular topic, then we'll come out with a video on that particular topic. Our task is to teach you what you can't learn on your own, right? We don't want to waste your time for the topics which you can learn on your own with your own efforts. It degrades your intellectual capacity. If we keep on teaching each and every small topic, it degrades your intellectual capacity. Therefore, hardly 4 or 5 problems are there. Try it. If you are not able to, yes, we are ready to solve the entire problems, fully solve the problem, but after your efforts. Okay. Therefore, no need to be panic, no need to rush. You solve on your own. If you are not able to understand, come back to us after taking the feedback from many students based on the topic which most of the students are not able to understand, or they are understanding in the wrong way. Then we'll come out with the lectures on that video. Come on. Bye, ma. See all of you.